Welcome back for another video. I'm Eharbad, a free-to-play endgame player in Raid Shadow Legends. Now, I actually recorded this video yesterday with the intention of giving you guys my take and showing my void summons with sufficient time that you'd be able to replicate what I was doing. There was an issue with the OBS recording, however, and after 15-minute video or so showing my analysis, my thought process, the void shard summons, and my soul stone summons, the file was just 1 kilobyte in size and had no data. So I don't quite know what happened, but this is where we are. I thought it annoyed me enough that basically I just didn't bother re-recording an explanation then, left it a day, and now here I am. So hopefully it's not too late for you guys to still get some value from the video. I did post my analysis at the beginning of the Winter's Path event, and hopefully people who saw that were able to understand where I was coming from and what I was intending on doing. Essentially, my view is that these are objectively cheap legendary tomes and worth picking up. I think the Winter's Path event is a better value proposition than a regular champ chase we typically would get during 2x shard events. Particularly if we look at the void shards, ordinarily we would expect 29 voids during a 2x would net us just one legendary tome, and there's no guarantee that we would even get it done in 29 shards. It's subject to average RNG. Here we can definitively get both tomes for 30 voids, with the rest of the points coming from our energy during the 4 days going into dungeons. In my calculations, I use stage 24 as a optimum balance between gear and points. So we're not just optimizing, say, in terms of points per energy, because points per energy would be higher at stage 20, but we're kind of three-way optimizing the energy per point, or point per energy, and gear per energy. So it's kind of looking at both of those and balancing them. For an extra 1 to 2 voids, we could also pick up the avatar, which has no tangible value and is entirely up to the individual to decide if they want it or not. I'm going to pick up the avatar, but I'm not actually going to use void shards to do it. If we jump into my path, essentially, I've done the void summons now. The intention in the video had been to show you guys that, and then I showed and explained my pathing. I can't show you the summons anymore, but I can talk you through the pathing. So in the first section, we have to go either down the left or the right, and I decided the 30 gems were worth the most, the highest value there. 30 gems is 3/4 of an energy refill, and an energy refill at 130 energy. 3/4 of 130 would be 97.5 energy, which is better than the 50 energy here. And then the other two nodes I'd consider relatively worthless. So we went down the gems. Then from here, we have to go down the middle. So these two are guaranteed. And then it's a toss up between getting a couple of big potions and a small soulstone, or a rare book and 10 core hammers. This is really dependent on what you value most. For me and my account, I decided I wanted the soulstone instead of the core hammers, and that saved me 100 points if memory serves me correctly as well. And then here, I actually took the most expensive path. Like the absolute cheapest would be to pick up this key here, but I wanted the 10 tier 1 essences, as these have been my most reliable and best path towards getting my key champions awakened is via the shop, which obviously we use essences to buy the souls. So for me, that was the most valuable node here of the 6. So I went down this path because I wanted to get those essences. Then if we say that we aren't going to get this one, the cheapest the cheapest key, once we've decided we wanted the essences, the cheapest key is here on the right. So I came down this path to get the key here. Also picked up 50 gems and 750 tier 1 coins, so 3/4 of a soul stone, so that's pretty good as well. And then the next cheapest key is down this left side, also got us 100 of the tier 2 coins, and a rare book's not too shabby either. And then ultimately that enabled me to unlock the 2 legendary tomes. I'm still 450 points shy of the avatar, but we still have, 15 hours remaining in the Winter's Path event, so I'm confident that I will get that done, just continuing to farm Fire Knight until this event is finished. It does end just before Clan v Clan, so I won't be using tomorrow's energy refills. I'll use the rest of today and a little bit in the morning, the natural energy recovery, right up until Clan v Clan starts. And if I do need any additional, I'll probably summon a few mystery shards thereafter. So the 30 void shards I did summon netted me 5 epics and 25 rares. There was no luck for us in terms of gold. Where are these epics? Here they are hiding. So we got a Beardle, Lightsworn, Warcaster, Exemplar, and a third white Dryad near. So every single void event we've had since this guarantee has got us one of these champions. Pretty glad that I didn't do that guaranteed. That would have been definitely a bit of a waste for me in the end. I definitely do want to try this champion out. It does have a very interesting skill kit, and we will eventually explore what she is capable of. In terms of the Soulstone summons, I had 30 Mortal Soulstones to do. We didn't really get anything of note. Picked up 3 legendary ones during it. I think one was Samson, one was Soulless, and I think the other was Foley. So we're continuing to pick up legendary souls of champions we don't have. But that's just the way it seems to go, really. And I do think we picked up 1 epic. I think it was a 1-star allure we picked up as well. So I awakened allure to 1 star. Yeah, it's a bit of an odd video overall, because this is kind of a video explaining what happened to the video that I said I was going to make, which obviously got corrupted and was irrecoverable because I couldn't re-summon all the shards. Yeah, beyond that, I did get 500 extra energy from Doom Tower yesterday and 300 energy from TTA Bazaar. I think actually the Doom Tower energy was the day before yesterday. It's all becoming a bit of a blur. But that enabled me to push a little bit further in terms of the dungeon diver element of the Winter's Path, and means that I will end up getting that avatar without having to spend any additional void shards. In terms of where we are with the shards, we're now down to 178 on the void, so still enough to get a guaranteed if there is one that comes that is good. As I did mention in the post, but not everyone, I don't think everyone will have seen the post, I decided to do the Winter's Path using void shards for 2 reasons, really. 1, I had a healthy stockpile of them. 2, overall, the quality of the void guaranteed has been pretty poor versus the ancient and sacred. 3, the most likely crossover of the next fusion will be either 2x ancient or 2x sacred. It's looking increasingly likely that it'll end up being the 2x sacred overlap rather than the 2x ancient, because that's going to be coming too soon. We just had the 2x void event. I don't need to summon any void shards until the next 2x, so I've got sufficient time to recover these shards, and I felt there was more likely going to be something on ancients or sacreds that's going to require those shards sooner. So it seemed like a good way of doing it. The last thing I want to mention in this video is that Hell Hades and the HH Gaming group have decided to run a free-to-play sort of challenge series for 2023, and I basically had a chat with them and said that I will basically try and participate in it. The competitive streak in me really wants to get involved and see if I can, live up to the moniker of best free-to-player in Raid. I do think it will be an interesting challenge. The biggest hurdle or issue for me will be kind of balancing real life with the work, job, etc., as I'm not a full-time content creator, whilst also kind of looking after the main account and then trying to optimize a fresh start account. So we'll have to see if it's practical, if it's something I can actually do. But please, let me know in the comments. Is it something that will interest you? Is it something you want me to try and do? I know I've had a few comments over the last year asking if I would do a fresh start account, so you can see, how I will run the account from the beginning game all the way through. So hopefully it's something that is of interest to the viewers of this channel. But please let me know what your thoughts are on that. And also, I don't know if they've actually decided exact rules, but if we are using any of the new player promo codes, what do you think about what champion to get? If I think there are some that are available still as new player promo codes. I think like Rector Drath is one of them, which is a pretty strong champion to start an account with. Anyway, yeah, so if you've got any thoughts on that, whether you think it's something that's worthwhile or not, please let me know in the comments. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Oh, actually, one last thing. So I've been doing most of the Dungeon Divers points in Fire Night, and I do actually have a new Fire Night Stage 24 team. Now, 1 minute 12 seconds is my fastest time on it. I have run this team about 50 times so far, and it's been 100% so far. I do think there is a small chance of it failing. I think if you end up with 2-3% back to back, which is roughly 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 1,100 chance of happening, that the run will fail. So it's not 100%, but it's like 99.9%. So it's good enough, I think. But yeah, so I'm going to try and get a video out shortly showing that that new team and a couple of variations that I kind of tested along the way. And yeah, that will be the next video. So yeah, once again, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.